good morning. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. Thank you for tuning into the channel. I'm Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we're going to be looking at the energy for today. So let's get into it. Things have been they've been starting to kind of relax and de-stress, which I think is positive. It doesn't necessarily take away all the hubbub, so to speak. We're still feeling some resistance in the air in regards to our emotion and feeling around certain situations, things we've been moving through, challenges, obstacles we've been facing. And especially today, it's making us feel a certain kind of way about what's in our future. Can we actually obtain that thing that we are striving for, or is it just some fantasy, some illusion? And this is all coming from our emotional world, our inability to believe in ourselves, or even just that proverbial, doing the work to get it done and over with. It feels difficult. It feels arduous. You might be going through a time where you feel like people, situations are testing you, testing your strength, seeing how committed you are to your path. Some of this is intentional, so be mindful of those sneaky, manipulative energies that are rearing their beautiful faces in your life right now. It can be a little bit annoying and overwhelming at the same time. So the name of the game right now is balance, grounding, focusing on yourself and not all the chaos that is ensuing around you. We'll start with this energy cleansing, set the tone, set the vibe. This is also a good time for you to set your own intention. If you have messages or questions you would like answered from Spirit, definitely bring those now and be open to receive. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is blocking the highest and best messages from coming through. Fear, doubt, insecurity, lack of worth, lack of value, anger, frustration, illusion, things from the past that are just holding us back. Cleanse it and release it from our being. Help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. Okay, so like I said, some of this frustration, some of this annoyance is waning more this week. We are in the waning phase of the moon cycle, which is all about releasing, letting go, reevaluating. Yeah, I love this. Reevaluating how we can better connect with our abundance. We have to take inventory, right? We have to be mindful and aware of what is happening in our world, in our environment, in order to make adjustments. Oftentimes we get so stuck in that hamster wheel of keep pushing, without the results that we're looking for. And we forget to kind of change the script a little bit, nourish those parts of ourselves that we might label as bad and wrong, when in reality they are not. This Claim Your Power has been popping out a lot for us lately. I believe it was in the weekly reading, so definitely check it out if you're interested. Double confirmation on what we need to do in order to find that success, that fulfillment that we are looking for. I feel like there has been some shadow work meaning looking at the harder or more difficult places of your life, the things you think, believe about yourself, the choices that you make, the way that you do disempower yourself, give your power away to other people and situations. And I do feel like that is part of that overwhelmment that you are experiencing right now. But what I will say as our silver lining, especially for this week, what has been coming up over and over and over again is that there are going to be blessings coming in. There are going to be prayers that are answered. Even if we don't feel that way when we're looking at our life in the present moment, it keeps coming through. Oh, I love this. Two of Cups, new opportunities, new partnership, new relationship, and the Chariot. It's going to put you on a completely different trajectory. One that feels very different from what is happening in your life right now. And not in a scary way, in terms of, like you won't be able to manage it, or you're going to be taken, completely out into left field. It's not that energy. It's more this energy of nourishing your creativity, your ideas. I feel like there's a lot of new insight, new creative inspiration that is coming to you today. Yeah. 8 of Wands, messages, communication around things that, here's the thing, there is a little bit of a testing phase that is happening right now in the collective. And I feel like this is, again, part of that test. Are you committed to the path? But at the same time, there is messages coming in to help you get to that next space, get to that next level, so to speak. I feel like this is confirmation. That's what I keep hearing. I keep seeing this as well in these readings, not only that we do on YouTube, but with clients as well. There is confirmation coming in, and in a way that really is going to help you move forward. That's going to help you be way more analytical about how you're approaching things. Right now, unfortunately, our emotions are getting in the way. But that's because Saturn and Neptune are in retrograde in Pisces. When I'm recording this as well, the moon is in Pisces. So we just have a lot of water energy, meaning it's really triggering our emotions, our feelings, our intuition, etc. And sometimes that can be like just destabilizing in and of itself, right? Because we buy into this illusion, this false belief about who we are, or how we should be operating, etc. And really, Spirit's actually calling us to not let those emotions get in the way and push forward. Push forward towards your prayers being answered. And I feel like this is going to come through in a lot of different ways. Number one, we've been seeing opportunities pop up, new things that are coming in that are in alignment with you. There's something that you actually want. I don't feel like it's manifested quite yet. I feel like you can feel it coming towards you, but you're not seeing it. And that's kind of where that illusion is playing really heavily right now for us, because there's this part of us, again, that is being called to not buy into that belief, right? That false belief, that betrayal, or the lies that people tell us or that we tell ourselves about who we are, about what we can achieve and what we can have. There was a lot of betrayal in your history. I feel like some of this is still infiltrating your mind. It's really hard to let go of these things, especially when you feel like you've been oppressed on all fronts. And I feel like that is kind of part of this experience has brought up those deeper woundings that maybe weren't being addressed or you weren't recognizing. And now you're in this space where it's like, I feel like you are overcoming, you are working through in a very powerful way, walking away from people, places, and things that do lie, that do betray you, that do say one thing to your face, only to turn around and do the completely opposite thing. That's been a heavy message lately as well. Watch people's actions, not their words, their actions, right? Actions speak louder than words. We all know that phrase, but that really is going to be the thing that safeguards and protects you. And that's what I see in your energy right now is you want to protect yourself. There's fear, there's sadness, there's grief and pain that's coming through that you don't want to have to experience again. And so you are kind of in this place like of hiding maybe a little bit. Maybe your shadow is overpowering your power, not to be redundant, but that value of when we let our fears, our anxiety, lack of feeling worthy, feeling valuable, etc., when we kind of let those overshadow what's actually happening in our life. Because I do see a lot of healing. I see a lot of opportunity for evolution, but we need to create those strong boundaries. I feel like you're also dealing with a person or situation who has created, or I don't know, it's not even boundaries. They're just being mean and difficult and sneaky about how they are handling you, handling the situation. This is a power struggle is what I'm hearing. And I don't feel like you have to be beholden to this thing, but for some reason you're still giving it your power. Whether you're still interacting with this person's situation, whether you're just believing the things that they say, so it's limiting you. Because it doesn't feel like an energy that's like in your immediate environment. Maybe for some of you, but I feel like most of you, it's stuff that's lingering from the past. And Spirit is asking you, okay, it's time to release it. It's time to heal. It's time to move on. Because we are in a place where we're ready. We're ready to be more diplomatic with our approach. King of Swords is amazing at the pros and cons list, analyzing what is valuable, what truly works in his environment, and what needs to go, and not feeling bad about it. 9 of Wands is a little bit of a defensive energy, but I'm hearing you need this right now. You need this vigilance. It's very important to take note of what you're letting into your energy, into your environment. And even more so doing that extra leg of work where you're being more protective of yourself. That you're not just letting people or situations steamroll you. Finding ways to approach it a little bit differently, especially those dynamics that are a little bit more challenging. Spirit wants you to be creative. I also hear like speaking to your power. If we approach situations with this 9 of Wands energy, people can get a little offended or, weirded out. Like fire energy can be very abrasive. It can be a little egotistical and arrogant. So, and sometimes when someone's just like mean mugging you or, like kind of has this air of like, stay away, it presents a different energy. Spirit saying, okay, yes, protect yourself, but not in a way that you're shutting down, shutting off, or not allowing certain opportunities to come in. Certain situations to work out differently so you do feel better. Yeah, so it is moving you forward. There is a little bit of repeated cycles in this reading today. So paying attention to the choices you're making and the ways that you're finding yourself in the same dynamics. It doesn't even have to be with the same person or same situation. But Spirit's saying it's time to approach things differently. Even if you are dealing with the same people, even if it's new people, right? Approach it differently. Get out of your head. Believe in your power. Magician energy is allowing you to be, a magnificent manifester. As cheesy as it sounds, it's true. We're all manifesting all the time. It's the difference of believing in yourself. There's that Ace of Wands again. 444 is on the clock. you are protected, you are guided, you're directed. I apologize, the air conditioning went on, so it might be a little loud in the background. But yeah, you are protected. And yes, I love this double, triple confirmation on this Chariot energy. Keep popping up. Ace of Wands, the Chariot. Don't be afraid to go after this. It is here. Nine of Wands. Okay, so we're getting a lot of repeated energy around how we need to get out of our head. Yeah, this is, again, it's past energy. It's things that doesn't serve us any longer. And you know, we're seeing this a lot in the astrology. We're seeing this in the collective. Things are resurfacing or coming around again. Retrograde brings out people out of the woodwork, you know, for us to kind of tie up loose ends. And this is where I understand you're being protective of yourself because you don't want to hurt. You don't want to feel that pain that you felt before. But I'm also hearing that inviting in those conversations or things that can help bring a little closure to what has happened in the past is going to make you feel way more settled and grounded. We don't want to tap into this manic energy. It's time to release. And I'm hearing with this bottled up, it's like releasing emotions, releasing the pain, the struggle that it has been to move through this process. It hasn't been easy. Give yourself that credit. Feel your feels and then allow yourself, beautiful, to be at peace. It doesn't have to be this manic roller coaster. I do feel like people's situations from the past are really catering to this energy. So again, that call to be really mindful and aware of who and what you're letting in and how those dynamics are playing out. We're getting double confirmation on this shadow work. So shadow work is uncomfortable. It is unpleasant because it is the thing that makes us look at those places that are wounded, that feel really tender and vulnerable. When we do, though, that is where we start claiming our power. Because with knowledge comes the ability to manage, to navigate, to handle things that we wouldn't be able to otherwise. It doesn't feel great, but at the same time, like I said, we're getting more support in the astrology, so we might as well handle this now. You know, if we handle it now, it's actually going to make the future way better. It's going to make it where we're happy and enjoying the fruits of our labor versus feeling so crazy and angry and frustrated about what the past has done to us. So I hope this reading helps. I hope you found messages here that resonate with you. Thank you so much for your time and energy always. I super appreciate you. Definitely drop comments below. I'd like to hear how it resonates, or just love to connect, chit chat, you know, give a little love and TLC. So thank you, love and support, TLC, all that stuff. All right, thank you so much for your time and energy always. Have a fabulous day. I will talk to you soon.